our lovely Leo season, our lovely full moon, all of the astrological events that my 5D mystics and any of those functional adults who do have a relationship with the energetic sphere. So we use different words. I don't have enough of the physics words to use, but it's okay because we're in the middle, and the middle is nice because we get to bring the human, spiritual, and spirituality elements together. And that's always leading to your actual being yourself with Purusha and Prakriti. So pure consciousness is Purusha. I learned these words, which actually make anyone who is already in a unconditionally loving state know 5D. When I learned about it, I still see people using it and not really knowing how to love their neighbor and to love a lot of people, and to also destigmatize things such as addictive behaviors, which are actually maladaptive responses / safety behaviors to unresolved trauma. And unresolved trauma is very important. So when the ascension energies come about, the 4D community and anybody who stays ignorant on the human elements will not really know that the reason you see certain dynamics happening is because what is beneath the surface comes up. Now, some people are going to be like, that's not true. It's true. Again, this is the part of why I share with 5D mystics. And one thing, by the way, functional adults, aka potentially 5D mystics, our relationships, they're all a playground. We have people who are envious, jealous, spiteful. They do gaslighting, ghosting, manipulation, you name it. You name it, the things that a 5D person will have seen, pure consciousness person, a love cycle person, they will know something's off. And what will be off is the fact that we have in front of us and or more people who lead with a shame cycle. Inner critic, outer critic. Then there's denying it through the addictive behaviors of drugs, sex, alcohol, food. Just watch a movie. I'm thinking Mean Girls, the one about the dude, the bachelorette party where he gets completely, it's like, really? Because, movies are movies, but when you see human beings who grow into becoming adults, not recognizing that that's not how you do life. And so here's where when people in 4D want to talk about energy vampires or demons or whatever it is, they begin to, the darkness of, no, this is where you're talking about human beings. You're supposed to be kind to human beings. I don't know what you're doing. So what are you anointed? Oh, I forgot. They learn about yoga. They don't learn about how you get enamored with your own light. Apparently, there's not this ability. In fact, this is the part of where the adaptive child with the shame cycle won't notice because they're too busy projecting their inner child's either the victim, perpetrator, or rescuer dynamic. Depends if they're the hero of their journey, if they're the victim of their journey. It depends who they're looking at and if that person has basically brought to their attention something that they don't want in their parental figures. So the adaptive children, emotionally, these are all people who are in fact not only in separation consciousness, they're also creating groups. They yell at each other without realizing when you yell, you're not creating a safe environment. But, they're not playing in a playground. They're in not even a training ground. This is where that Zen tradition story from Sadhguru, the functional adults are Zen masters. We actually know how to have fun as people, which is why all of our relationships, we're always able to work with them, all walks of life. The reality is the only ones who don't want to stay around are the ones who basically, like if you're playing hopscotch or whatever that game is and they on purpose kind of throw you down. But the on purpose is really different for every person because heartbreak, gut wrench, and shame Teflon bags are not fun for the people who hold that. And so their maladaptive responses are not their actual consciousness. There's only the left mode, the right mode has already taken over with the unresolved trauma. And they're not, in fact, aware of why they're doing what they do. You know that a traumatized brain, a person with safety behaviors, so a person who has a level of unresolved trauma, and their adaptive child leads the way, not their higher self, not their functional adult, they will have a shrunken hippocampus, a shrunken prefrontal cortex, and I forget, what was it? A shrunken something else. But an enlarged amygdala, that's what it was. The enlarged amygdala makes them alerted to anything, but with a fear response. So the lions that are actually roaring this Leo season love, they roar fear without becoming aggressive. They'll just say, I'm afraid, I'm upset. We can talk. We always can talk. And we talk very straightforwardly. We don't do filters. We don't manipulate our language. We try to work with words. So that is where some people, in fact, they present, I see you working with your words. And it'll be, yes, trying to figure out which is the best way to communicate. And those people are beautiful because we get to, again, have the face-to-face with the complete opposing views and enjoy ourselves intellectually and emotionally too. So right and left mode. Purusha, it's pure consciousness, awareness, light, uncontrolled love. Prakriti, it's pure energy, and it's beautiful for the 5D body, which is a restorative embodied self. And we don't stigmatize people. We, in fact, love people, which is why, unlike 4D, 3D, and all the other people who create the stories of the medieval times, and instead of realizing that any addictive behavior, so where we have a society that has a lot of situations going on, it's not by yelling and picking and choosing sides that you're actually supporting humanity to move into 5D. So people learn about the ascension energies in this world of mysticism in a specific way. I'm bringing the human element, so those who care about humanity and each other and just, to understand where you're at. So let me read a couple of things because I have something in mind. One, people don't know about the polyvagal theory, and for now it's still being worked on, being proven. Apparently Wikipedia continues to say it's an unproven, I forget how they word it, but a lot of the good therapists are using it to help people to know how to track and navigate their nervous system, which is very important if you want to move into your optimized brain and body's version as a human. And when, again, the full moon, all these astrological events come up, whatever it is that you haven't dealt with comes up. Now, some people, they just go through the motions. It's fine. I share with those who might want to move into their Enlightenment soul age group. So it's a little bit different because you want to be having fun with the yearly cycle. And in fact, on this note, it's never destabilizing for the love cycle people because we don't have this shame button. We don't navigate our thoughts and emotions. Oh, you have to give me a thumbs up. We are able to be differentiated selves, always, or whenever it is you begin to think about things, you're like, I have a different thought than you. It's okay. You can be spiteful, envious, jealous. I still am not you. I don't have to do anything about you, and no, you're not me. And obviously you don't know about your own worth because that's where envy and jealousy are two normal emotions when people don't have something. And then one of the two is where they could feel they lose something. Now, some people, they're grown-ups about it, and they say, I have these attributes for the words, and they're able to relate to those situations in a very different way, which is beautiful to hear because it's already a different energetic imprint. Because a person says, I'm appreciating and I'm evaluating. And here's some of the, what are they called? The word police people, the ones who are adaptive children, who are saying, you can't use that word that way. Okay, I can not talk to you, and that way we don't have to have this discussion. Because really, that's why relationships are simple. We'll be like, yes, okay, thank you very much. I'm going to go over there and play with the other people who aren't going to be like whatever you're doing, which maybe as a teenager we would have done. But if you moved into your adulthood, you're not thinking in black and white anymore. Some people don't move into their adulthood because ventral vagal, social engagement system, that's the only way you're going to be green is if you're calm in your connections, you're settled in, you're happy, you're doing your thing, you're grounded. In fact, you're curious and open. That's Krishna Lila. For my lovely 5D community, we're in Krishna Lila with Shiva and Kali. It's a lot of fun for our bodies and minds. Mindful, in the present, compassionate, curious, open. And we're actively using the ventral vagal complex of our parasympathetic nervous system. And that's where we increase a lot of good things and we decrease all defense responses. So on that note, we have 1 more minute left. I won't be able to read all of what I wanted to, but we have the episodes that are online, and tomorrow I'll probably have something related to this. But the lion in the zodiac protects all of the other zodiac signs or something like that. And when you are a person who cares, compassion beyond a reason is the Zen master's way, because that's the integrated mind. So your differentiated self, I and you are not the same person, but I and you are humans, and we both have hearts and bodies, and we can both co-create together, even if we don't agree on anything, because when we don't agree on anything, we just go and vote. So let's actively pursue creating a lovely relationship, easy peasy for the grown-ups. We can talk about it always, and we can love about it as well. When we don't agree, we can laugh about it and F you, and then hug it out. That's why it's really amazing every year that goes by. every year of ascension. And as we move into 5D, it's going to get better.